Welcome back, everybody. It's a beautiful night here in Charlotte. A little bit clear, crisp, and cold. The air temperature has dropped steadily throughout the evening, but it is a beautiful night for football. Everybody's bundled up and enjoying some good food, some warm drinks, and some great football here in this Division II championship. DeGioia swings it left side.
Number 58 ran him down over there. Pushed him out of bounds. Old Jalen Nash.
Jalen Nash has been outstanding for Southlake Christian tonight. That goes without saying.
Tried to run a little spot screen out there. He floated to the right and threw it backside. Tried to put the first down. A fourth and about 7.
And on fourth down, it looks like Davidson Day is going to send their punting unit back onto the field.
Ball's on the 42-yard line. Sets up 4th and 7 for the Patriots.
Make something happen here.
2 back to return it for Southlake.
They got Robinson back there. Excuse me, Robert Washington.
Take it at the 30-yard line.
Pick up a block. Look out.
Nice cut up the field. A chance here for Khalil Robinson. Breaks one final tackle. Robinson on the run into the end zone, and Southlake Christian is on the board.
Well, I just said something a little while ago, Paul. Somebody's got to make a play. Somebody's got to return a punt, kick off, block something, intercept, and there's your big play you're looking for right there. Get the crowd, wake them up a little bit, get that body flowing a little bit, see if they can get a little action. We've got to knock this extra point in now. Did a nice job cutting back against the seam and picking up a block from Washington. Made a couple good moves, and it was all about speed then.
Khalil Robinson. The senior, we understand, on his way to Toledo. And we got another injury on the field.
You know, this is unusual, Paul. This is kind of August stuff where you see guys on the field because of cramps. Yeah,
right.
We've seen about 3 or 4 guys come out with cramps. A lot of times cramps come from, excitement, enthusiasm. Let's check this replay out. Watch him pick up the block here. 1 from 10. Robert Washington gets one right there. Once he turns that corner, there's one right there. Good block. He goes north and south, takes one cut here. It's him and on 1-1. It's all about speed now. You either have it or you're chasing it. Unfortunately for my team, we've been chasing it too much lately.
Well, Khalil Robinson really giving some life to Southlake Christian. Just 30 seconds gone here in the fourth quarter. It could be a 7-point game in just a minute. We still got a player being attended to on the field as we take a look at this touchdown. Coach, there's 2 great things about that from Southlake's perspective. They not only have points on the board, but they didn't take any time off the clock to do it.
Right. And they've been playing great defense. So let's see if they can knock this extra point in. Let's see. Are they going for 2?
Khalil Moore comes off the field.
Okay.
He was the player with the cramp. So Khalil Moore is on the sideline. And Jeremy Solinsky is in to attempt the extra point.
There you go. All right, touchdown differential. I was in the game last Friday. Ended up in a tie ball game. Let's see if this one can work its way to that. Went to overtime.
14-7, Davidson Day leading.
A few young men on the sideline at Davidson Day getting worked over for cramps. When you only dress out about 20 young men, a couple cramps will knock you back real quick. It looks like number 14 down there that got hurt a little early for us. Then coach is wrapped up on the sideline with a knee injury.
Yep, he looks like he's got his jacket on and will not be coming back into this game. A couple guys on the sideline, as you say, being helped. As we take a look around the stadium here at Northside, the Eagles fans finally have something to really cheer about. A rivalry in the making between Southlake Christian and Davidson Day. Schools only a couple of miles apart. A lot of the kids know each other from middle school. They played football together. Some of Southlake's guys even played for Coach Greer in middle school and are now at Southlake Christian.
Paul, let's talk about 2 hours ago when we put the ball on the tee the last time Southlake did. Things turned around a little differently. Let's see if they have a different game plan this time. as you can see, Southlake has 9 guys up within about 15 yards, so this must be part of what Southlake does. They kind of position the ball one way or the other, nothing real deep. But last time they made a mistake, they kicked the ball out there and went the distance.
Strahan took it from about the 35-yard line, which is where he is right now. I do not think Jeremy Solinsky will be kicking it to his left.
See if they drive it down the middle. They got a little seam in the middle.
And he kicks it deep.
All right.
Taking near the 16-yard line.
Good stick by number 8 out there. The pre-Washington game, a little shoulder and knocked him out of bounds at about the 33.
Robinson angled out of bounds on the play by number 8 of pre-Washington.
Davidson Day once again with good field position, not as good as they've enjoyed though. I can't tell you how many times they've started at the 45-yard line, even started in Southlake territory rather.
Well, they need to move the ball. They need to put together a drive. I don't believe we've had a first down in the second half. And on the other hand, Southlake's got to have a big defensive stance here. Let's see if they shut them down a little bit. Interestingly, Southlake's defensive line standing up now, except for one. They're coming up off the ball, kind of playing the pass rush.
Anthony DeGioia.
Here they come. 15 came hard.
And down he goes.
Old Grant Paczynski came off the corner. He pressured him and flushed him right out of there, right into the teeth of defense. Sent him right to his partner, Seth Nernest, and he made the tackle.
Jack Fording came flying in at the end and make sure of it.
Southlake's really not even playing the run. They're sort of playing the passing game. They're standing up. They're running around blocks, trying to keep them kind of hemmed in a little bit. Playing soft coverage over top.
Second and 13 for the Patriots.
So long second down.
They got a spy technique over there. I think that number 30 out there, Jack Fording, is spying any type of screen or draws. And they got a couple too high safeties sitting back there at about 12 yards, nothing over top. Playing a little man coverage at the bottom here. Number 6 playing some coverage, Will Eason.
Second and 13, DeGioia hands it off. McGahan slips a tackle. Finds some room to run. Gets out to the 49-yard line.
That was pretty unusual. Brudzinski came right in the backfield and hit him in the backfield, but couldn't wrap him up. Good hard run by that young man.
Colin McGahan with a terrific run. Gets by a pre-Washington as well, and on first down, Southlake Christian.
Hand off again to number 28, Colin McGahan.
Does what they've been able to do, bottle things up at the line of scrimmage.
By number 52, Seth Nernest.
Nernest once again getting his name called.
Going with double wing offense right here. Two wide receivers, 2 wing backs.
And the inside off once again to McGahan. Picks up a tackle on the outside.
Great tackle there.
Driven down.
Great tackle there by number 8. Came up and put his head pre-Washington. What happened there a little bit, cornerback number 6 lost his outside arm. Will Eason, they were able to get outside and get a good game.
McGahan brought down just
about 3rd and 2.
The first down mark. Sets up 3rd and 2 for the Patriots.
Watch for number 15 coming off that corner again, see if he gets in that backfield.
3rd and short. McGahan once again with the call. This time he's
big stick. Zach
put down at the 45.
It's quarterback, isn't it? Playing on both sides of the ball.
McGahan dropped near the line.
Zach Dudan, the junior quarterback and linebacker, comes in, makes a nice tackle.
4th and about 2.
Sets up 4th and 2.
Let's see this time if DeGioia fakes that, keeps the ball and goes around the corner. He's giving the ball every time. They're going to go this little trip set here. Let's see if he runs the ball behind him.
Shotgun for DeGioia.
He's under center now.
Reset the formation.
Can't see him making this for 2 yards, but let's see if he can call it down. He's trying to get him to jump. Okay. Big play, 4th and 2 with 8:32 on the clock.
Davidson Day calls timeout on 4th down and 2.
You know, truthfully, Paul, most people would punt this ball here. Pin it in the corner, take your defense. Davidson Day's got a good defense. Let him play defense. Make Southlake go the distance of the field. Let's see if Coach Greer goes for it here. Of course, if they get it, that'd be great too. But if they give the ball to him on the 50-yard line, that's giving them a good opportunity. So let's see what they do here. They try to jump him offside, but it didn't work.
Coach Greer has taken Davidson Day to a state championship. In each of the last 3 years, this could be their 4th state title in a row. Southlake Christian won the Division III championship last year, and that was their first ever football title.
Well, you know what? Let's not forget they both have had good years. Season started way back in August. They've been playing for pretty much 3.5 months. Practice started at the beginning of August. So these young men have been after it almost 5-6 days a week for about 3.5 months. So it all culminates tonight. No losers. Let's see what they are going to punt.
They do put the punting unit out on the field.
Keep an eye on things. Southlake's all up. Nobody's down. Watching closely for a fake.
Nelson standing back at his 43-yard line. It's a high punt. Bounces near the 21-yard line. It settles right there. So Southlake Christian will have 79 yards to go. 8:24 to do it in.
I think Coach Greer is just kind of leaning on his defense, saying, "Give us a stop here. Make them earn what they get." They haven't moved the ball real well on offense. Of course, they got their touchdown on a punt return. So let's see what Southlake draws up here.
Zach Dudan will start this series at quarterback as McLaughlin looks on. Hoping his offense can get a drive here. Put a drive together. Robert Washington is the tailback. Easton motions. Gets the jet. Runs to the right.
Got the corner.
Ooh, breaks the tackle.
He had a missed tackle back there. Did a nice job coming up, but he missed it. Speed.
Number 6, Will Easton.
Easton with a nice pickup on first down.
Forced out of bounds by number 58, Chase Monroe.
Oh. Number 21 came up, tried to make a good tackle right there. He just missed it. Kahil Moore.
6-yard
Chase Monroe took him out of bounds. 2nd down and 5 to go for Southlake Christian. Here's the run by a pre-Washington, and he gets out to the 32-yard line. Davidson Day reacts.
But you're
like
calling
he
it
took
down.
the football away.
The referee's pointing down. The ball's on the ground. 3rd down. 3rd and short.
Easton is marked down.
Let's see what the deal is. Let's see what we think here, Paul. Ooh, ball's out. Who got the ball? Ball's on the ground.
So pre-Washington, they went after him. The ball came loose.
1st down. Yep.
And it's a 1st down for Southlake Christian.
Tough call to make when you see it live. Replay, you can always make it up.
Clock
Oh,
running.
look out.
And down he goes. Garrett Gruhl. Outstanding play tonight for Davidson Day. That was a big one, Coach.
Yeah, you know, that's unfortunate. They got big 1st down there, and I don't know, got plenty of time on the clock trying to hit a quick strike, but keep the ball in your possession. They keep throwing for a 7-yard loss. Nobody even touched Gruhl coming off the edge.
Southlake Christian calls timeout. They stop the clock with 7:29 left to play in the 4th quarter.
Well, Southlake's got about a 2nd and about 18 now. They're going to have to try to pick up a couple yards here and try to go on 3rd down and get something done. They're not going to get many more opportunities. They might get the ball back once, maybe twice more if they can stop Davidson Day here. It's been a good, tight ball game. Turned into a defensive game. Hasn't been much offense by either team. Think about this. All touchdowns were not, none of the touchdowns have been scored on offense. 1 kickoff return, 1 fumble return, and 1 punt return. We haven't seen an offensive touchdown, I don't believe, have we?
I think Davidson Day did get that 1-yard run.
Oh, that's
but
right.
That's following that turnover, though.
That's right.
Real short field.
That's right.
Dudan pressured, bounces to the outside, lets it go, and the pass is incomplete.
He had him open in the flat. He had Washington out there if he got it to him.
Washington slipped down and couldn't make the play from the turf. That'll bring up 3rd down and 15 to go.
running for his life, but he needs to get that ball to him, give him an opportunity.
.7:22 left to go. Southlake Christian's been in a lot of long yardage situations. Can they convert here on 3rd and 15? Dudan in trouble. And a flag comes out at the end of the play. Could that be roughing the passer?
They were trying to run a little slip screen to Robert Washington there with motion over top. Looks like they got a light hit. Let's take a look at that, Paul. Let's see what we think.
That penalty will negate the incomplete pass.
It's Trevor Darby.
It's a little tough call.
Applies the hit after Dudan tried to squeeze it into Washington.
15-yard penalty.
Sets up an automatic first down.
Automatic first down.
So they'll put it at the 43-yard line.
Now spotted at the
It's
43-yard
7:18 remaining.
for the Eagles.
See, I would stay in this offense right here for Southlake Christian. I'd just stick and believe in this offense right here. I'd take my best players and put him up there. He's got the guys back there that can get the job done for Shinsky. And I would just pound in there.
Jalen Nash, Washington.
I'd keep just pounding up there and run 4 plays and hope I get 10 yards. I'd still like to see them pitch a sweep to him with some people in front of him.
56, Ryan Titus.
Washington came into the game averaging nearly 200 yards on the ground. Davidson Day has done a good job of keeping him bottled up.
It's a nice downhill power play they're running, but I like to see him get out on the edge and have some opportunity to work a little bit.
On 2nd down, it's Washington once again. And once again, he is caught in the backfield.
Good play by Davidson Day, doing a nice job of stringing things out.
Garrett Gruhl in on the tackle for the Patriots.
Maybe they need to feed the fullback the ball again. He carried the ball twice for 21 yards a couple quarters ago.
3rd and 10 for the Patriots.
All right, Paul, let's see what happens here.
Southlake Christian trying to come back to tie this game, perhaps take the lead. Dudan.
That was a clear naked bootleg run.
And Davidson Day was all over it.
Brought down to the backfield. Number 56, Ryan Titus, leading the charge.
That was a bootleg, clear run he's done. He's got a guard out in front of him.
4th and 12.
Davidson Day reacted well. Nice job of doing their responsibilities.
So Southlake Christian is forced to punt on 4th down.
Good punt.
It's an excellent punt. Taken near the 20-yard line.
Oh.
The ball comes loose. A chance for Southlake. And I believe Dudan came up with the football for Southlake Christian.
Wow. I tell you who made that play, number 20 for Southlake. Khalid Robinson didn't make the tackle, but he came up and forced him back inside, took away the sideline, and turned back in. The ball slipped right out of his hands. Let's check it out. See number 20 force him back inside. When he turned back inside, he turned him right back in, and when he shifted the ball, it was loose. Wow.
Great play by Khalil Robinson. Yeah. Robinson to strip that football. Dudan jumps on it. Southlake Christian now with a great scoring opportunity there at the 23-yard line, 1st and 10. 5:21 remaining.
Jet sweep.
Easton on the run. Hit hard and dropped for a loss of a yard.
Number 6, Will Easton on the carry. Big hit by number 21, Khalil Wolf.
It's been hard for Southlake Christian to get
1 yard loss on the play.
to either corner, hasn't it been, Coach? I mean, Davidson Day has flowed with the runner beautifully.
Yeah, that's a good word. That's what they're doing. They're flowing really east and west. I just think they're going to have to go dead at them, try to find a seam. And, you know, I think that Davidson Day also, you know, throwing the ball is not Southlake's big asset. They're playing the run. You can see they've got so many people in the box there. Now they're going to try to throw a fade up there.
Dudan puts it up for Wilson, and Wilson makes the catch. DJ Wilson is in the end zone, and Southlake Christian goes crazy on their side of the field. Wilson, in a one-on-one matchup, just took that football away.
I said it before, Paul, you got to have somebody step up and make a play. And not only did Clee Robinson strip the ball, that young man went up there and took that ball away, ran in the end zone. Great job. That's what you like to see as a coach. Let's see if we can tie the game up.
So Solinsky comes on to attempt the extra point. He can tie this football game with 4:34 remaining, and he puts it right through the uprights.
Tell you what, he's got a nice leg. That might be valuable to him down here at the end. Well, Paul, we're tied up, locked up, 14-14, 4:34 in the game. This is just like last Friday. End up 21-21. Let's see if Davidson Day can answer. They probably haven't been challenged much this year other than against Charlotte Latin. Let's check this replay out. Got a little single coverage, just threw it up. An athlete making a play. High pointed it. Pretty good effort by the defensive guy. He just didn't win the battle.
Wilson comes down with it. Takes a few steps into the end zone. This one is tied at 14. And Davidson Day has had a couple of comeback victories this season. One against Marvin Ridge, and I believe a comeback win against Charlotte Country Day.
Well, that's
they don't trail in this game. It's still tied, but
those are pretty impressive wins. Those are two good programs. Obviously, I know one of them very well. And to beat Charlotte Country Day, they must have had a good effort that night. All right, so again, this kickoff's critical because you never know where it's going. Davidson Day's got 9 of their kids within about 20 yards. Last time he kicked it deep down to about the 15-yard line. You can see that that Southlake's got some of their best athletes on the kickoff team. They're not going to basically their first defense. So they're going to make sure something doesn't happen here like it happened again in the game.
Solinsky will kick it deep. Taken inside the 10-yard line. Here comes the Davidson Day return.
I tell you what, I watched him from the time it started, number 15. 30, excuse me, that was number 30. Picked one or the other, Jack Forden. He was coming down the middle. He was a wedge buster. He wrong shouldered 2 guys, went underneath them, got ahead of everybody and stuck the ball carrier. Beautiful.
Jacob Nelson with what turned out to be a pretty short return for Davidson Day.
Look at him, how far he's ahead of everybody. Look at him, he destroyed the blocker and made a tackle. Beautiful. Textbook, classic textbook. Okay, Davidson Day's got to put together a rally here and move the football and get in position, and Southlake Christian's got to stop him.
Great night that Jack Fording has had for Southlake Christian.
He's sitting in the middle of that defense spine, as you can see him. They've stood up their defensive lineman now. There's Forden right there, spine. They're just spine the run. There's not an answer for him.
He makes a play for Southlake Christian. And, well, it's easy to say the momentum is shifting in favor of the team that's just scored twice, but you could definitely see an increased energy here. Fording has just been an emotional, physical leader for Southlake tonight.
You know, Paul, they tried to release number 63, Dustin Tyler, for an inside wrap block, and Forden just went right underneath him. He jerked his shoulder and went right to the ball carrier. So we got a second and about 9.
The Gahan is in the backfield. DeJoya will work out of the shotgun. Blackman settles, and DeJoya will keep it himself.
All right, there's what I was expecting for them to do.
Gets out to the 24-yard line.
You know, I'm surprised they haven't come back that little tight end pop pass that they ran that one time. They got him about 24 yards.
Ball spotted at the 24-yard line.
Yep.
DeJoya tripped up by Mr. Fording.
Big play here. 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. I figured it, you know, they keep running inside zones, all replay, and I figured he'd keep it eventually. Look for DeJoy to make a big play, and look for all Southlake's defense is standing up. Nobody's really in a 3-point stance.
Strahan in motion. The pass is complete over the left side. It's Jacob Robinson, who has been heroic for Davidson Day tonight. 3 interceptions, has made a couple of big catches for first downs. That's a huge first down for Davidson Day.
That's the best ball I've seen DeJoy throw. He stood up, threw about a 7-yard slant. Nice route, good catch. Made a play fake, little play action, stuck it right on the numbers. That's classical. That's a hard play to stop in high school football.
So first down for the Patriots. Plenty of time on the clock.
I don't know what type of range your field goal kicker has, but they look like they've got a ways to go.
Hand off to McGahan. Breaks a couple of tackles up the middle. The crowd gets on their feet. McGahan gets out to the 47-yard line, maybe the 48. They'll stop the clock to move the chains.
Yeah, he was right up to go to the defense. Unfortunately, number 30 that time went the wrong way. The blitz was coming from one side, and he went the other way.
The ball at the 47-yard line for Davidson Day. Southlake Christian's defense has been on the field quite a bit tonight.
Oh,
bad snap. DivII has to jump on it.
Oh, Southlake got it. No, I think Davidson Day recovered it. A little bit of rustle going on, but second down.
Still a loss of about 5 yards on that play.
Yep, replay. Bad, little errant snap. Snap was off target a little bit. DivII had to reach to his left. Did a good job getting on it. Don't try to make a big play. Let's get back on it and let's live for another down. Second down, about 14.
The clock is running.
Southlake's backing off their defense. They're not really even pursuing. They're kind of staying back.
DivII
look out.
Puts it up, and it's incomplete.
They ran a little program package route there. They ran a wheel route with number 2 over top, try to hit him in the seam. Number 6 did a pretty good job back there. Will Eason sat back in coverage. It's a big play right here.
Strahan was the intended receiver. It brings up third down and 14.
They ran a little combo route right there, Paul. One ran a post, one ran a wheel over top. They got a 3-by-1 set. You're going to see Ford and Spy in the screen here, I would suspect, again. You got man coverage up top. They look like they're playing a combo defense here. They got 5 defensive backs. I think they'll come out of coverage here.
Shotgun for DivII. Good pressure. Puts it up. The pass is caught. Caught at the 45-yard line. Hit applied. It looks like Davidson Day will be short of the first down as Strahan was hit right at the 45-yard line.
That was a big stick. Nice throw. Big time stick. Good route, good throw, good catch, good tackle. 1 yard short. Timeout. Davidson Day. Fourth and about, it's about a yard and a half, 2 yards.
Pre-Washington with a huge tackle to force fourth down for Davidson Day. They call timeout.
Exciting here.
Just under a minute left to go.
Don't see anybody leaving yet, Paul. I think they're all staying right here, waiting to see what happens here. They're ready to celebrate.
A game like this might deserve overtime.
Well, I would suspect that a field goal is going to have to be from 30 in for Davidson Day. I don't know the strength of their kicker, but I expect they haven't kicked many field goals. So I think with 55 seconds to go, and I think that was their first timeout they burned maybe, I think you're going to see Southlake playing a little loose, keeping the ball underneath. They're going to try to stop this here.
I think Davidson Day has attempted 2 field goals this year, made them both along as 24 yards.
There you go.
So I think you got it. I think you got it right on, right on the money there, Coach.
Well, last week I saw Charlotte Christian line up a 50-some yard field goal to win the game, and they had a young man who could do it. Unfortunately, it got blocked. And that's what sent the game into overtime. All right, here we go. 4th and 2. Let's see what we got.
55 seconds on the clock.
Look for him to throw that real quick pass out in the flat. They get away with that.
DivII hands it to McGahan, and he squirts through for the first down.
First down, Patriots.
Strong run right there.
Spotted at the 40-yard line. We'll stop the clock with just over 51 seconds left to go.
Clock's winding. Just don't want to get beat deep here. Keep it in front of you.
DivII.
Oh, he got knocked down.
Got it down.
Number 58. 52.
Seth Nerness.
Jalen Nash in area. They were trying to get that ball quick in the seam. They were just trying to get that ball quick in the seam, and 52 got vertical. He might be a good basketball player. He got up in the air that time. Look at that. 35, second down, third down.
Second down.
Second down. Help me out, Paul.
Second down and 10.
My eyes aren't so good.
The ball spotted at the 40-yard line. 36 seconds left to go. DeGioia, shotgun. Plenty of time to throw. Heaves it up.
Turn, find the ball.
And the ball is up for grabs. Picked off.
Look out.
A return for Southlake Christian. Khalil Robinson on the run.
Oh, Lord.
Cut down at the 42-yard line. There are 21 seconds left on the clock.
You know, that was a nice job back there by that defensive back of playing the football. He spun his hips. He got the offensive guy and rode him out of bounds and made the play and tipped it to his teammate. See if we get a replay here. Thank you.
A little while ago, Coach, you wondered if Southlake Christian would have a hero step up and make some plays. Khalil Robinson returned a punt for a touchdown, and he's the lucky recipient of that batted ball. Comes down with it.
And let's not forget he forced a fumble on the kickoff return too. So
yes, he did.
He's getting it done. We talked about playmakers making plays, and that young man, I believe you told me, was going to Toledo. The Rockets are going to be excited to get him. He's a playmaker. So let's talk about what we got here. We got 21 seconds to go. I don't think Southlake's going to take too many gambles here. They might just sit on and play for overtime. Let's see what they got up their sleeve. They don't have the ability to really throw the ball deep, even though they got one late. They might try to sneak somebody in for a run, but we might be in for overtime here. Free football, maybe. Let's see what happens.
It's been a terrific night for football here at Northside Christian, playing host to this Division II championship. A home game for Davidson Day. Davidson Day going for their 4th consecutive state title. They won their first championship back in 2011. Southlake Christian won their first championship in their school's history last year in Division III.
Previous timeout was called by the Eagles after their second.
1st and 10, Southlake Christian.
Oh, Lord, they're going to try it.
Dudan gets into that one. It's incomplete.
All right, safe pass.
Dudan's pass intended for number 8,
Pre Washington was the intended receiver.
In this situation, you don't want anything. I mean, they've worked too hard. You don't want something freakish to happen. Somebody fumble the ball, tip it, pick it off, and go the other way. Make sure something's safe that you do. Davidson Day sitting back in a soft coverage, basically a dime defense. 4 defensive backs, 15 yards, sitting back a picket fence. It'd have to be pretty amazing to get something over top of them. The only thing they can hope is a short pass and somebody misses a tackle.
16 seconds left to go. DJ Wilson, the receiver. It's an empty backfield, 5 wide, and a flag comes in.
I think that's offsides on Davidson Day. Let's see what he's calling. Yeah.
The defensive penalty, 5 yards.
A little excited.
5-yard penalty makes it 2nd and 5.
You know, Paul, this is a good time with them playing such soft coverage to run some type of screen and hope you get it to an athlete and pick up a block and see if he can break a tackle. Throwing something over top and let him go the other way. But they're got an empty backfield, 3-2. Let's see what happens here.
5 wide. Dudan drops back, steps up now, on the run. Dudan gets to the outside, runs out of bounds, and leaves some time on the clock.
You know, when I saw that young man kick an extra point up on that track, he seems to have a little bit. What kind of field goals we got from Southlake this year? Anything significant?
At the 34-yard line.
Did a good job breaking coverage.
I don't have any field goal information on Selensky. He is perfect from point after touchdowns, though.
That's probably the longest run from scrimmage for either team right there tonight.
Selensky has attempted 50 extra points, and he's made 50, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gave it a shot.
Well, in this situation, the ball's sitting at the 33-yard line. You probably, with 6 seconds, want to run about a 10-yard out, get the ball to about the 20, and give them a chance for about a 35, 40-yard field goal. You'd be sitting up on the 25, so it'd be about a 40-yard, 35, 40-yard. I think you might be able to reach that. It's worth a shot, but you got to get the ball a little further. Right now, where it sits, it'd be about a 52-yard field goal.
6.5 seconds remain. Southlake calling timeout. We'll see if they're going to draw up a play just as you recommend. They're going to have to make a catch and get out of bounds.
Yeah. Got crowd all the way around the track. You know, we can see across the field, not so much on the home side here, but got a lot of folks here tonight. Very exciting game. These young men are playing their hearts out. Coaches are coaching. These are two fine academic schools that put out great student athletes, and they have a big belief in, you know, teaching these young people how to become the type of people that can function in society at a high level.
Great crowd.
Well, he's going to try a field goal.
Yes, he is, with 6 seconds. Jeremy Solinsky, the junior.
52 yards.
A 52-yard attempt for Solinsky. And Davidson Day trying to get a timeout. And the Patriots get that timeout called.
So let's talk about it. You're talking about, you got about 35-degree weather. You got a little bit of a slick field. Everything's got to work. The young man, you tell me 50 for 50 in extra points?
That's right.
And his extra points got a pretty good thump to him. So let's see what kind of excitement. We saw the exact same thing last Friday. Charlotte Christian line went up to win the game. It didn't work out for them. They end up winning in overtime, but let's see what happens here. It'd be an awesome way to end the game with a 52-yard field goal.
Throughout the course of a year, it's rare. It's a great thing. It's something I really enjoy at the high school level, to see that element, because you don't always see it in high school, the ability to kick a long field goal.
But don't forget this, a block and a pickup and a run the other way, then it goes Davidson Day's way.
That's right.
Got to be careful.
And these long kicks are a little bit easier to block.
Don't forget the operation. The snap's got to be clean, the whole three-way operation. We got to come. Now, if this thing comes up short, he can return it.
And Davidson Day actually drops the defender back to the goal line, and the kick is up, and it is just short. So Solinsky had it on target.
Wow.
But he falls short.
I think he was about 2 or 3 yards short on that. He was dead on target, hit right at the bottom of the goalpost.
So just about a second left in this game. Davidson Day, well, in regulation, Davidson Day will have the football.
See if we get a replay from the end zone. There you go. Coming right at it. Going to hit right on the pad. Right dead on the middle of the pad. About 4 or 5 yards short. Good effort. Wow. Good for him. Still 0.7 on the clock, so we got to go. He's going to let it run off. He's going to run it off.
So Solinsky nearly wins the game for Southlake Christian in regulation. And it looks like Davidson Day will let the clock go down to 0, so we're going to go to overtime.
So, Paul, let's talk about what happens during overtime. Stanley in high school, the coach will go out with a captain, and they always bring the coaches out in high school so there's no mistake. And there'll be a coin flip. And the winning team will decide whether they want to play offense or defense. Typically, most people like to play defense first, okay, so they can see what to do. The ball's on the 10-yard line. You got 4 downs to score. Basically, the last team to score wins. So last week, what we saw was Charlotte Christian, Charlotte Latin won. They went on defense. Charlotte Christian scored on the first play. Latin went on offense, and they had a match score, and unfortunately, they didn't. The game was over. So that's how it works. Different than college, different than pro. But you'll see both the coach, should be both the coach and one of the players go out there, so there's very much clarity of what we don't have any mistake. The other team that wins gets to choose what side they want to play on. So if one team wins, they decide what side field they want. Typically, they want to go to wherever the biggest fan groups are.
That's right.
A lot of things to be decided out there.
Well, it's cold tonight, but there's been no wind at all. Very light breeze here, so there's no factor there whatsoever. There are fans all over the place, so I'm not sure which end zone is most advantageous.
I've been very fortunate, I believe twice against Charlotte Country Day in the state finals in Division I to play some overtime games, some outstanding games. So I've been in these situations, and you know, there's a lot of anxiety and a lot of excitement. But at this point in time, you just need to calm your team down, kind of get your assistant coaches to regroup them, realize that there's no time on the clock, there's no rush, you know, and it is what it is. It's a state championship game, it's an overtime, and you really got to play great defense. And the advantage is if you play defense first and you stop them, particularly with a kicker like we just saw there, you can automatically kick a field goal right away, and you can kick a field goal at any time. You got to be able to match it. So we'll see. I suspect they're going to go down to the to the concession side. I'd be surprised if they went away. So let's see if they end up down there where the crowd is.
Well, the crowd loves it down there.
And I think you'll see all the crowd go down there. And when the winners are crowned, you're going to see a tremendous exodus to the field and a lot of hugging and celebrating by the winner.
Time Warner Cable Sports Channel has covered all 3 of the North Carolina Independent Schools Athletic Association championships, as we have every year for several now.
So we got that happening out there. You got Coach McLaughlin out there with Coach Greer, and you got 52 Trevor Darby, and number 15 Grant Persinski. I'd like to have a tackle chart on him today, him and number 30. I bet you're both 15, 20 tackles, Jack Forden. By the way, we also want to applaud those officials. They've done a great job executing this game tonight.
To the conversation at midfield.
Now here's an opposite consideration. You win the toss, you get the ball first, and you score, and then you know you got to stop them. So I typically like to go on defense first because obviously the edge is on your side if you stop them. It looks like Davidson Day. Look like they're going to take the ball.
Talked to Coach Washington and Coach McLaughlin during the week from Southlake, and Coach Washington, when I asked him about the rivalry and this natural, potential war between these two schools over the next few years, he said, well, it's a friendly rivalry. There's no bad blood whatsoever, and you saw the sportsmanship displayed right there as we get into the overtime period. These two teams have watched each other from afar, but they've certainly fought to a standstill here. And as I said a minute ago, I think this game deserved overtime.
Well, let's hope there's never any bad blood between high school teams. I mean, friendly rivalries are what they are. Sportsmanship should be the utmost. I think it's unfortunate when teams see they need to score more to outscore a team by more than they beat them by. Throwing the ball at the end of the games when they shouldn't be throwing the ball, kicking onside kicks. I just don't think there's any way, in any sport. Once you've won the game, you've won it. There's no need to try to beat somebody worse. And I hope to think that's the case in this situation. If you win a game, and this should be a very classical route. It's a great game. I would think this would be the utmost of sportsmanship and respect for each other. Anyway, Southlake's going to be on offense first.
Southlake Christian has had the momentum here in the second half. They went into the locker room trailing 14-0.
Yep.
They scored early in the second half when Khalil Robinson returned a punt for a touchdown.
I think I kind of misspoke. I think Davidson Day did win the toss and decided to go on defense. They ironically wanted to go to the...
And we got a flag as Washington just gets started.
Probably legal procedure when it comes to that area. Somebody moved too early. That's not a good way to start overtime.
So it is a 5-yard penalty against Southlake Christian. It'll be first and goal from the 15-yard line.
So let's talk about who we think has the advantage in this overtime. It's hard. I think what's going to happen is I think, in my opinion, a little bit of advantage is to Southlake simply because they're a running team, and this is an advantage with them. But now getting the penalty, not so much. Whereas because Davidson Day is a throwing team and Southlake plays so much man coverage, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them to get that. But we'll see what happens here. That didn't help getting the penalty. Davidson Day playing great defense. They look like they're playing man coverage out on the edges. They got one free safety.
Wyszynski and Nash are in there to provide some heft, and Nash gets the call.
Yeah.
He's bottled up at the line of scrimmage.
We haven't seen him carry the ball since the first quarter. Tried to sneak him up the middle, didn't get much. That's right in the teeth of their defense, Paul. They got basically 9 people in that box. Yeah, they're just flowing to the football. A misdirection would maybe do a little bit of advantage against that, but they tried once and didn't work for them.
So second down and goal from the 14-yard line. And the handoff goes to Washington.
Hang on to the ball. That's what they got to do because obviously they can kick a field goal.
struggle to get down to the 12-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Stutters in the hole, grabbed around the waist by number 54, Garrett Rule.
Something safe here. Let's not try to keep yourself in field goal range. We know that he can kick it.
Solinsky almost hit a 52-yarder just a minute ago.
That'd have been something, wouldn't it?
Nash and Paczynski to provide some blocking, but it's Dudan who's going to throw it. Right side, it's Washington. Slipped by one tackler. Gets to the outside.
This will be interesting. I don't believe he got in, or did he? Did he get in?
There's a celebration on the far side of the field. I have not seen.
I think he got in.
An official indication. And there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Touchdown.
Wow. What a great job. He was looking for number 2 in the back corner, and he rolled out. And Duden did a good job of finding secondaries. He finally got the ball to Washington up where he could run with it. Remember, he's thrown a couple on the ground. It's a good job. Great job by Washington getting the end zone. See if we get a replay after this kick.
Solinsky is in to attempt the extra point.
Don't you jinx him, Paul.
I will not.
Thank you.
Dudan with the hold.
There you go.
One is right through.
See, now you know what they got to do. They got to score. And that's what it is.
Eagles take a 21-14 lead.
That's big.
Southlake takes the first lead of the night.
That was, thank you. That was
a
on
huge touchdown for Washington.
Let's take a look at that again. Duden did a good job. You see, he was looking for number 2. You see him regrip. He looks, he regrips, he finds Washington out in the flat. Athlete in space, he picks up a little bit of a block. Good move, good block, gets by 15. Great job of getting the end zone. Smelling the end zone, baby. Good for him.
Across.
Good job. All right, Davidson Day has the capability to answer. Let's see if they'll answer. What a block down the field by number 15. Playing on both sides of the ball. Branch Paczynski. We talked about big players making big plays, Paul, and there's another one. Oh, offense, here we go.
Davidson Day, the handoff. McGahan gets inside the 10-yard line, picks up a yard.
Now, last week in this situation, same situation, unfortunately, Latin turned the ball over in this time.
Strahan, rather, with the carry for Davidson Day.
Puts a little bit more pressure on you because you know you got to score. And you got 4 downs to do it. There is no field goal in play here. Got to go in the end zone. This is what you practice. All the 7-on-7s you do all summer long, all the work you do in practice, this is what you practice for right here. Red zone touchdowns. How do you score? Let's see if he puts it up and see if somebody can make a play. As you will see, Southlake's playing very tight coverage on receivers. Watch the back out of the backfield.
McGahan, Strahan in the backfield. Shot over the middle, and Ajoya throws it incomplete.
Good play. Try to run a quick slant route that they completed before.
Pass intended for Jacob Robinson.
Great coverage by was that
Washington?
Washington, number 6, really.
Will Eason.
Will Eason, yeah.
Yeah.
They're throwing into danger over there with number 6 and 8. All right, 3rd down. Keep the confidence, keep the belief you can score. Somebody on defense got to make a big play, somebody in offense. Southlake's juiced up here. Let's see what happens.
Southlake Christian's offense has done what they needed to do. Can their defense get a stop? Joya on the run. He is taken down. Seth Nerness with the initial hit for Southlake Christian.
One more play, Paul. Right in the teeth of the defense. Try to run the inside zone read. Try to snap it up the middle, but 52 and 56 and 15 and 30. I feel like I've been repeating those names for last week or so. I think Coach Greer is going to take a timeout. He's got a timeout. He'll take a timeout here. Try to reset this play and come up with something here. They're basically sitting on about the 9-yard line.
Davidson Day 10-1 on the year. Southlake Christian 11-1 on the year. Yeah. Their only loss, a mutual loss to Charlotte Latin.
Yeah.
We talked all through this game about the statistical similarities between the two teams. Slightly different offensive approaches, but their defense is very strong. It's really been a stalemate all night. Southlake Christian getting a couple of plays when they needed it to get back into the game. Well, and what a win this would be for them.
Well, when you rolled out some information to me, I thought to myself, this is going to come down to defense, and it really has. The defenses have been outstanding. Neither offense have generated much, and really most of the stuff has been done on special teams. And this is going to be an example. I think what you're going to see Southlake do, knowing they got to get 10 yards, they got to get in the end zone, I think you're going to see them play a little press coverage, and I think you're going to see them back up 3 or 4 yards. They're going to give them anything they want up to 8 yards. I don't think they're going to take a gamble on 2 things, getting beat deep and pass interference. You definitely know they're going to probably throw the football. So that's the plan. So they got a bunch set down here. You're probably going to see Southlake engage and bracket those 3 guys. Watch for that number 3 receiver out there in the inside slot to run a post. That number, okay. This is a classical setup for a smash route for 34 to run to the corner. Let's see if he does that, a little smash route.
Well, you saw the speed of Strahan in the very first play of this game. He took that kickoff in for a touchdown. We got a timeout on the field. Southlake calling timeout.
I think you're going to see the ball in Strahan's hand. Let's see, I'm just guessing. And unfortunately, I didn't guess enough this year. We'd have been a little bit better. But the way they had that set up, a smash route is typically 2 outside guys will run a post, and he'll run over top of them and try to confuse the defense. But I think what you're going to see, what I would tell my defense to do is to set up and press and back up and keep the ball in front. But they'll probably do like Southlake, see if they can get a jump ball in the corner. What's important that the defense do is play the ball, don't play the man. Don't get called for interference, because the ball will be put at the 1 first down. All right, it's all on the line right here, Paul.
Southlake leads at 21-14. One play will decide this football game and a Division II championship.
They're going to lock all man on the backside wing, but they got that set. So look for the back pylon, see if they go after it. They got number 8, April back there.
The Joy will have time to
Statue
throw.
of Liberty.
The run around the left side. The dive for Strahan towards the pylon. Did he get in?
Out. Ball game. Ball game.
Strahan is held out of the end zone. Stopped at the 1-yard line, and Southlake Christian Academy has won the Division II championship.
Well, I tell you what, that was a unique play, but I'll give Coach Greer credit. He drew up a Statue of Liberty. He brought Strahan backside, quarterback went back, Statue of Liberty stuck the play out there, and he was sprinting the end zone, and it was on. See if we can get a replay.
Well, Coach, you were right about the celebration on the field. Southlake Christian wins this championship by the final score of 21-14 on that play that wasn't, and that tremendous defensive play for Southlake Christian.
Number 4.
We'll come back with our final thoughts right after this.
Yeah.
Is there a better way to establish a rivalry than a championship game that goes to overtime? Congratulations to Southlake Christian Academy beating Davidson Day 21-14. Southlake Christian gets their 2nd consecutive state championship, this time moving up from Division III to Division II. Well, Coach, it was an outstanding football game. It came down to special teams. It came down to the little things, and it certainly came down to some big plays.
Well, bear in mind, first of all, Southlake held Davidson Day scoreless in the second half in an overtime. That's pretty incredible. That probably hadn't happened to Davidson Day much in the last couple of years. And as I said, I thought this would be a defensive stance, and both teams played really outstanding defense. I was very impressed with both schemes, the way they were prepared by their coaches and what they did. And it really came down to some individual people making big plays. Special teams, interceptions, big catches, big run by Robert Washington. And, well-played game, well-prepared. Unfortunate there's a loser, but, that's just the way sports are. So congratulations to Southlake, and congratulations to Davidson Day on a great effort.
Southlake Christian wins it 21-14, your 2014 Division II champs. For Ned Gonet, this is Paul Doherty. Hoping you've enjoyed it. We'll see you next time right here on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.